Welcome back to another episode of the Brick and Mortar series. I'm Father David Webb, and the Brick and Mortar series is designed to be focusing on the concrete part of building the kingdom of God. Here at Christ the King, we're trying to build the kingdom of God, and we're talking about what that means in a very abstract spiritual way. And then this series is designed to be a little more concrete, a little more looking at what are the actual components of building the kingdom of God. And so today with us we have Father Bryan Ketterer, the brand new associate here at Parish of Christ the King. We're happy to have him here.
Thank you.
And so today what we're going to do is spend a little time getting to know him and finding out what makes the building the kingdom of God in your life a little more personal. So first off, happy to have you here. Welcome to Christ the King.
I've been here for 4 years, in residence at least, but I've been over at TU. So some of you maybe have seen me in passing, but it's good to be here full-time, living here and working here.
So, for those who do not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. I grew up in Texas. That's really about all you need to know about me. I'm Texan. It's very clear. Love Texas. God bless Texas. My favorite nut is the pecan, which is a state tree of Texas. I love Texas. I love tacos, which are very Texan, even though they're Mexican, but Tex-Mex. Love chips and salsa. I don't own boots, though. I'm Texan, but I don't own boots, so you're more Texan than me in that way. But yeah, I grew up in Texas, came to Oklahoma when I was 18 to go to TU, studied mechanical engineering, went through for 3 years, decided to go to seminary. Actually, God decided for me to go to seminary, and I finally said yes, went to seminary for 7 years, and was ordained in 2014. Served at St. Benedict's for 2 years, at the Newman Center for 4 years, Bishop Kelly for 4 years, helped at the cathedral for a year when they didn't have an associate, and now I'm here at Christ the King. So I've been a priest for just over 6 years now.
6 years, nice.
That's right.
Well, we're happy to have you here. How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 younger brothers.
2 younger brothers, and what are they up to?
One's a welder up in Iowa, and they just had a baby, him and his wife, so I'm an uncle now. And
yes.
My other brother works IT at the parish where we grew up.
Okay, nice. And are you a cat or dog person?
Love cats.
You love cats. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite band or kind of music?
Classical and classic rock. So all the classics.
Nice.
I switch back and forth. I can listen to classical all day and then just turn on some AC/DC and rock out and then flip back to Tchaikovsky.
And do you prefer sweet or salty?
Salty.
Yeah.
Chips and salsa all the way.
Chips and salsa?
Even if I have a meal, finish with dessert, I always have to finish with like something salty, even after dessert.
Yeah. Do you prefer warm weather or colder weather? Being from Texas, maybe?
I like cold weather, especially when I can ski. You can always layer up, but I do like warm weather when I'm not wearing my blacks, which wearing blacks most of the time, so warm weather is not that much fun.
I hear you there.
When you sweat before you even get in your car, that's no fun.
And do you have a favorite movie or a series?
Ooh, Star Wars.
Always a classic.
The original 3. Some of the newer ones, I'm not so sure. Rogue One, that's an exception. I did like that.
And so, as we mentioned, this is the Brick and Mortar series. We're talking about making concrete those abstract things about building the kingdom of God. So, is there anything in your life, maybe during COVID or since your time here? I know it's been a short time here. But is there any advice you could give to someone about building the kingdom of God in their own life that's very concrete, brick and mortar-y?
Yeah. So in my own life, the last few months, I've lost track of months since COVID. I've been going through the Ignatian exercises. So back in maybe April, when I was sitting around doing nothing and wondering what to do with 16 hours of my day that I wasn't sleeping, I was thinking, hey, I could pray some more. What should I do to pray some more? And I thought, well, it's been 10 years since I went on my 30-day Ignatian retreat, in which for 30 days we prayed for 5 hours a day, did 5-hour-long meditations. Like, I can do that this summer, just maybe an hour or 2 a day instead of 5 hours a day. I guess I could have done 5, but, why kill myself? So, been going through those Ignatian exercises. Just been a nice kind of 10-year anniversary of that retreat.
Nice. Is there like a structure for Ignatian prayer?
Yeah, there is. So there's different exercises for different days. It's broken up into 4 weeks, not necessarily 7-day weeks, but 4 kind of periods. But yeah, it's mostly just inviting yourself into God's presence, and then seeing what the meditation is that we'll be doing, asking the Lord for what grace I should ask for, and then asking for that grace, going through the meditation, and then concluding in prayer. So there's a bit of a structure, but it's actually very imaginative prayer, which I struggle with, but when the Lord works through, it's very fruitful. So it's interesting that I like the structure, but I struggle with the creativity aspect of the imagination. But still it works.
Awesome. Well, for all of us at home, I'm sure we can definitely look up the Ignatian prayer and check that out. The way it makes a structure with your prayer and sort of helps you with that.
And there's all sorts of books that's like a layperson's guide to the spiritual exercises. I was actually talking to one of my recent students that graduated that's been going through them this summer too. So there's all sorts of books that you can access those.
Thanks. Perfect. Well, I think that's all we have time for today on our Brick and Mortar show today. But again, thank you and welcome, Father Bryan Ketterer here at the Parish of Christ the King. We're happy to have you here. And for all you at home, we'll see you next month.
God bless Texas.